Hey you guys, today I'm going to talk about the New Edition story, part 3. I did see it. I enjoyed it. One of the best 6 hours of my year of watching this. Kudos to BET for a great movie. I enjoyed it. We learned a lot of new things about this group that we didn't know before. A lot of times we get biopics where we usually know things, but we just want to confirm. But it was so many things that we learned through all 3 parts that we were just like, oh my God, amazed. From the $1.87 check on the first one to, it was just crazy. That second one, it was so much that was them being broke again on the second one, getting robbed for their money again on the second one, and still being in the damn projects. I was still surprised on that. The third one, we'll get to it. But I was surprised on this third one. I just didn't see it. Like, it was on hush hush. That's why I said if the internet was popping back then the way it is now, these people group, a New Edition would not have been as successful as it is, because they had did so much stuff that fans would have been turned off. People that's like spending money on investors and stuff would have been turned off. So they was lucky that it was a lot of this stuff was going on before social media became popping. Let me shout out DC Young Fly. You know him from being on like Vine and YouTube. That's what a lot of us YouTubers know him as. You probably know him as being on Wild 'N Out. But what's that? Almost Christmas. He was on, and now he's on this. He's really doing his thing, and I love to see, people that I know from social media, just move up in the game. So shout out to DC Young Fly. I just didn't want to forget saying that he played Bobby Brown's barber. So that was really, really cool. Like the first part, we got like Candy Girl and stuff like that, and we was all excited, right? So the second one, we was getting like Can You Stand the Rain and Cool It Now. But this one, it was like we got a lot more. Like every time they always play hits that always take us back to our childhood or wherever you was in the age in your life, and you just be like, oh my God, and you just start dancing. You be trying to do the old dances. Your kids be looking at us like, y'all are old. My kids think everybody over 20, probably over 18 is old, so I don't know. But they was looking at me like, Mama, sit down, calm down. But I was over there excited. Oh my God, I was so excited from this whole 3-part with their music. But they did If It Isn't Love, and I was just over there jamming. I'm telling you, when they was doing that part, I'm like, but that's the part of the they got it down. Like, kudos to all of the actors that played their parts as the New Edition cast, because y'all all did an amazing job. Y'all was on point. Y'all movements was on point. Everything about that was, oh my God. When I was talking about DC Young Fly and him being the barber, we found out how Bobby Brown got the Gumby haircut. I said, oh, that's how all you dumb boys was rocking that haircut. Oh my God. Because I remember a lot of people rocking that haircut back when I was like in the 5th grade, when Every Little Step came out, because I remember this guy that I no, he had did a talent show, and they had did My Prerogative and stuff like that. I'm telling you, that's how I'm telling you. I've been here for New Edition for a long time. But yeah, but when he got that damn Gumby haircut, I was dying. Then we seen them do the video shoot where he was high as hell. He was high. Oh, he was always high. He just was like, if you sober, you be like, oh, he's sober, what happened? But he never was sober, so we didn't expect that enough. When they was at that party, and he put his hand in that cake, I was sitting there like, ew, you so unsanitary. But I was sitting there looking at the girl like, oh, so you just gonna let him do this, right? You gonna think this is cute, right? When he gonna put his hands in there and make you eat it, right? This is where we get girls that's just with dudes for who they are, because ain't no dude of mine would have been able to get away with that without me popping him like, really? You really gonna do this here? You really gonna embarrass you and me here at a party? But you know, that's how thoughts do it. We start seeing everybody doing their own solo careers, where it was Ralph doing Sensitivity. That was my jam. As much as he pissed me off watching this, Sensitivity was the jam. I don't care what nobody say. Y'all call him soft there all you want to, but yeah. But I still was looking at him like, oh, you need to eat something, boo. Stop opening your chat. I don't like it when I can see it just seemed like he just looked like he had a bird chest, and I was just like, oh, eat some, baby. We saw Johnny Gill doing the My video. Oh my God, Jesus. Whew. I didn't care if it, at that point, I didn't care if it was Luke James or Johnny Gill. At that point, I was like, oh, Lord Jesus, hurry up and turn this off. Hurry up and turn this off, because this is not right. How I'm feeling. I'm just telling you, that was the jam too. Dudes was getting it off that song. I'm not saying that I was giving it off that song. I'm just saying that song was a baby making song if no other. Johnny Gill music, Johnny Gill period, when he came out, he was making baby making music all the way around. But when BBD came out, let me tell y'all, when BBD came out with Poison, I'm telling y'all, that's the only reason why I bought my kids Xbox Connect, because I wanted to do Poison on Dance Central. Don't judge me. I could get 5 stars on that. I'm just saying. On difficulty, because that's my shit. But Poison was, everybody had them overalls. Everybody had the airbrush. Everybody was, I'm telling you, Poison, they still perform Poison the way they did back then. They still perform that the same way when you go to their concerts. I have been to a BBD concert here in Vegas, and when I say they perform the same exact way, they had the crowd going crazy. I'm telling you, that's one. New Edition is probably one group that I would pay to go see in concert when they get their shit together. Because I would have been mad if I would have been paying and y'all would have did that bullshit y'all was doing. But, well, no, I probably wouldn't go to a New Edition because they ain't got their shit together. And, I ain't got time to be gambling that shit. But BBD, I would go to their concert. I have been, and I will go back again. They were late. But it wasn't their fault. It was like a gang of traffic here in Vegas, so it really wasn't their fault. But they were hella late, and that concert lasted hella long. But yeah, I love them. When they did the video show with Sherry Carter, oh my God, when I said that girl played that, she did that. Because if you go back and watch the actual interview, the original interview, on point. That whole interview was on point from when that happened. I was young enough to know about Video Soul. I was, we played Video Soul in our house with Sherry Carter and Donnie Simpson. Like, BET used to be like everything in our house. I don't know what happened. I just don't know what happened. But yeah, BET Uncut, all that used to be everything in our house. So they were bickering. They were shading each other about who can help who. Mike can help Ralph, and they showed all their videos, and they were shading all each other, and it was good. It was good. It was funny. It was like, oh my God, y'all stop acting petty before somebody start fighting in a minute. It was all of that when it came to that interview. Like I said, if you can go find that original interview, it was the same exact thing. Like I said, these kids played their parts. Then we get this Home Again tour, and they were contracted to do 13 tours, and if they didn't complete all 13 tours, they would not get paid. And since they was broke, they needed to do all 13 tours. Only people that was not broke was who? Bobby. And I don't think Johnny was broke either, because he even started doing other stuff. So I don't really think he was as broke. I don't remember, but I know Mike wasn't broke, and oh my God, when they did the audition for Boys to Men, when he auditioned for him at the bus, and they were saying how they named themselves Boys to Men after them, and oh, that moment was everything because I am such a Boys to Men fan. I am such a Boys to Men fan. I love to hear my baby sing Boys to Men because he can sing all of them, like every part. His voice changed like all 8 parts. I be sitting there like, oh, you can get it. I'm just saying because I'm telling you, if I could just put him on singing, y'all would be like, why is he not making me some money? You know what I'm saying? But he won't do it. He'd rather go to work. He'd be like, mm-mm. But I'll be like, yeah, at least you was taught well. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying because some people just think they're going to be singers and they just don't think. But he be like, mm-mm. He can sing around the house, but he be getting on my nerves because he sing everywhere but won't go make us no money. Like we could be in the stove, in a car, everywhere he be singing, but for it, ain't gonna happen. But yeah, so and when it comes to Boys to Men, and when it comes to like Boys to Men and what's his name, Donnell Jones, oh my baby could sing all of them. I'm telling you, I'm just saying. But back to this shit. But yeah, so that was really cool when they auditioned for him and he told them, you know what, I'm gonna be in LA, won't y'all come, holler at me, call me, whatever. So I thought that was really cool, and that's how they got on, because he was, one thing Mike was, I told y'all I liked him because he was smart. He was business smart. He was, while y'all getting broke, he over there making money. He had ABC, Another Bad Creation, Love Me Some Aisha, You Walk, hey, that, I'm telling you, Aisha was the shit. And, BBD always gonna sell. They still selling. They, residents out here, they gonna always be selling. But anyway, back on that, they still, like I said, they were broke or whatever. And, Brooke is over there tripping about how they doing all this. They end up coming to that tour and all different. I remember hearing this when they first did this Home Again tour, and they were talking about how everybody showed up with them different entourage and different limos and how they were broke. I think Wendy Williams was probably talking about them back then, but I don't know. No, it wasn't her because it was in '97. But I really remember. It probably was Wendy Williams on the radio talking about them. But I remember them talking about this damn tour and how they were all in different tour buses. That Home Alone, the Home, ain't it Home Alone? Is it Home Again? I think it's Home Again. That all white photo shoot, when they wouldn't smile, I said, who is these photographers? Like, have y'all not noticed that they don't like to smile and they want to be serious? And you only seen 2 of them smile on when they did Candy Girl, so somebody ain't doing their research or homework when it comes to what they like and stuff like that. But they look good in all white, I'm telling you. Oh my God. Anyway, Ricky was the most surprising of this one. He was the most surprised. I'm so sorry for just going like this. That was so wrong. But Ricky was so surprising when it came to seeing him. Because seeing him on drugs, I was like, oh, Boxhead? Oh. When he was doing that shit in the house, and his girl walked in and he was like, I said, ooh. And then she was like, oh, so you still got that cold, huh? And he was like, I said, oh. Why that drug of choice? Pill popping, whatever, we can get you help for that. But why do you want to do crack? Like, that's not our generation of drugs. What are you doing? I get so mad when I see people like in my age group or a little bit older than me or younger than me doing fucking crack. I be like, that's not our era. What are y'all? That's our parents, our people parents over that. That's not us. You supposed. I'm just saying I ain't condoning drugs or nothing like that, but I'm just saying, why are you doing that one? But when he OD'd in that bathroom, I was just like, oh my God, this is why you don't do them kind of drugs. You ain't never heard nobody ODing on weed. What the fuck are you doing? Why? I'm just saying, nigga, at that time, we didn't hear nothing about no Bobby OD, and you know what I'm saying? So why the nigga, you should have been looking at Bobby like, nigga, how much you be taking? Because I don't know how to control this type of shit. I'm just saying, I just was so mad at him for fucking doing, don't do, black people, stop doing crack. Crack is whack. Ain't that what she said? Crack is whack. You shouldn't do that type of drug. I'm just saying. That fight, when they did that, when they showed the beginning fight, alright, y'all some little ass kids. But at the same time, Bobby was wrong as 2, 3, 4 left shoes. He was so damn wrong. Like, really, you took over your time and you get mad because they come out on stage and then your homeboy pump you up, but you high, you probably don't know no fucking better. But before that, when he was late to the other one and he showed up late, I was just like, oh my God, because they said that some of them wasn't showing up to rehearsal. It wasn't just Bobby that wasn't showing up to rehearsal. Some of them weren't showing up to certain rehearsals. They wasn't showing up, Bobby wasn't showing up to shows. And I was just like, so well, I would have probably just quit then, because didn't they say y'all had to do all 13? So y'all wasn't doing all 13 and people was missing shows, or did they just take Bobby cut out of it? Because then I'm sitting there saying y'all doing shows and y'all ain't gonna get paid again. I don't understand, but okay. But back to that fight. So his homeboy pumps him up. He go back out on stage with a water hose that I was just like, if it wasn't working when you were trying to turn it on at the wall, why did you think it was going to work when you got on the damn stage, stupid? But he got on the stage, he run up in, I think it was Ronnie's face, they arguing or whatever. Next thing you know, it's a big old fight. I mean, everybody fighting. Both entourages are fighting. And then a gun goes off. I heard it was Ronnie's people. But a gun goes off. And so everybody running at this point. You know how black people do. Y'all hard enough to fight. But as soon as the gun go off, y'all don't say no names. Just like, everybody just got like roaches. And at this point, Ralph and Johnny, they like, we are pretty boys. We are too cute to be up in this bullshit. They was sitting there watching that shit. That would have been me. That would have been me. Like, bitch. I would have been standing right there with him like, this don't make no stupid ass sense. But Brooks ended up having a heart attack, and I felt so bad for him. And then they show on the camera how people running past him, and I'm sitting there like, so y'all just gonna let him fall? But a member of BBD, I don't know who it was, ended up finding him. I think it was Ronnie, ended up seeing him and helped him to the ambulance or whatever. And then he was beating on the ambulance, talking about, Uncle, stay strong, woo woo woo. And then they all start talking about it and just start going off. And then Bobby comes out and Ronnie starts about to attack Bobby and say it was his fault, and Bobby don't see the wrong in what he did. And I'm like, yeah, that's your fault. If you wouldn't have went on that stage and did all that commotion, this would have never happened, and Brooke wouldn't have never had a fucking heart attack. But then he quit the group once again. Then everybody started fucking quitting the group. I said, y'all should have been quit the group when motherfuckers weren't showing up to other shows. I'm just saying. Next thing you know, because they didn't do all those shows, things start crumbling around them. That's when Ricky ended up having the OD, and Johnny ended up saying, fuck all y'all. Johnny did not have time for all that drama and beef. He did not have time for all of that, so he ended up joining LSG, who, talking about vocals in a group. Vocals in a group is them 3 men right there. 3 men that can get it, I'm just saying. All 3 of them. Oh, Keith Sweat just had a fucking show out here. I'm just saying. But yeah, LSG. I was mad when they broke up. Shit, why y'all just talking about groups and shit? I was mad when they broke up. Oh, sorry about that. What else happened? Oh, Ronnie was in college, and these boys was like, is that Ronnie? Is that Ronnie? And I'm sitting there like, what's talking about? He must have fell on hard times. And I said, what's wrong? Even if he was successful trying to go back and get his education, what's wrong with you? That just shows you how dudes are. Like, really, you should be congratulating him like, okay, you up in here getting your degree so you could go make more money. That's what you should have been saying. But to call him say he doing on hard times because he's in college, I didn't see the problem of that. Mike is scamming his artist, because that's what I got off that phone conversation, that he was scamming his artist, because his artist was on the phone going off, and he was like, did you read your contract? I said, wait a minute, hold up, I will pop you in your fucking neck. No, you're not doing what was done to you. Even though I was like, yeah, you should have read your contract. But as a person that was done wrong, you should have made sure your artist, before they signed to you, reads over their contract. That's all I'm saying. I was so disappointed when he says that. When Ralph went through his divorce, he ended up giving his wife half of the money, custody of the kids. Okay. She was in there since childhood. She deserved that. I don't care when nobody says she deserved that. Then Ronnie ended up having a wedding. He was getting ready for his wedding, and he was bitching about the wedding, and the wife was saying, the fiance was saying, it's not about the cake and all this kind of stuff. It's about your friends, and you need to talk to your friends, because nobody had talked to each other since all of that had went down or whatever. So next thing you know, the wedding has started. He was getting ready for the wedding, and Bobby comes in. Bobby comes in there with this all white suit on. I said, Bobby just Bobby. But everybody, all the boys end up coming to the wedding. They all looked very, very nice. It was funny when Johnny is the one that called out Bobby for wearing that all white suit. I said, because he's special. You gotta leave special kids alone and let them just be. But the wedding went off really, really nice. Brooke did this long ass toast to New Edition. I said, this is not New Edition's moment. But he did a long toast about New Edition and him being with them and working with them. And I'm like, okay. Then at the reception, while they sitting there chilling and dancing and all that kind of stuff, you see Brooks having a conversation with Stephen Hill. And then he was asking about the 25th anniversary for BET. And he was like, well, you better get them while they getting along or whatever. So next thing you know, we got the BET special. And I remember that like it was yesterday. And I was partying like it was the real group. I was partying my ass off like it was the real group. So like I said, once again, shout out to BET. Shout out to all of the amazing cast that played their part in the New Edition story. Shout out to the New Edition group for, allowing us to see their story. Amazing. Tell me what you guys thought about it. And follow me on all social media sites by The Ghetto View, THA, not THE, and I'll talk to y'all in the next video. Peace.